Hey guys, Michael Shinall here of Cool Mini or Not, and today we're going to go over some of the changes from Rum and Bones Season 1 to Second Tide. One of the first major changes to go over is our new leveling system. So we've revamped the way heroes work. Each hero has 3 skills. These are unique to the hero and come represented on their own unique skill cards. At the start of the game, each hero is going to have one basic attack. Now, unlike the previous version of Rum and Bones, where you use coins to activate your abilities, here you're actually going to be using them to buy and level up these skills. So aside from your basic attack, every hero is going to have 2 other skills, ranging from attacks, actions, or reactions, just like they previously did. Once you buy these, you're going to be able to use them for free every turn. In addition to that, you can level them up throughout the course of the game into a more powerful version. In addition to these skill cards, we've also streamlined a lot of the other features of class selection and gameplay. One of those is HP. Gunners will always have 6, Quartermasters and Swashbucklers will always have 8, Captains will have 10, and Brutes will have 12. Therefore, if you know a character's class, you're going to know how much HP they have. In addition to this, we've unlocked the ability to take whatever crew configuration you would like. So if you want to run a crew of 3 Swashbucklers or 2 Captains and a Gunner, you can do that with the new setup, versus the old one where you had to pick one of each class. One of the last major changes to heroes actually comes in how you're going to construct your crew. Unlike the old method, where you would select 3 active heroes and then 2 heroes for reserve, now you're going to pick 3 heroes, and those are going to be the 3 you're going to have for the entire game, along with their adjoining skill cards. In addition to this, one other facet of the skill cards we've done is we've color-coded them all based on faction and class for easy access and finding when you're sorting. Now that we have a better understanding of the new hero cards and the leveling system, let's take a moment to talk about objectives and actually winning the game. One of the changes is that now the game is played to 8 victory points versus the old 6. But don't worry, this is not going to slow down gameplay, as one of the other major changes is that killing a hero will get you 1 victory point, as well as 3 coins to the hero that KO'd them. In addition to this, objectives have been revamped across the board. Their HP has been lowered slightly to impart a faster gameplay experience for players, as well as the rewards for taking them out expanded across the board. Whereas in the old version, KOing an objective would give you a small amount of coins to disperse to a couple heroes. Now, taking out objective will give you that coin amount to all the heroes on your team. In addition to that, we've streamlined them a little bit. So before, you would get a permanent buff that you would have access to every turn of the game. And we found that players were having a little hard time remembering that they had those and which ones they had gotten already. So now, when you kill an objective, you're going to get a powerful one-time buff that's going to benefit your crew, and then you can move on to focus on other elements of gameplay. So we've talked about heroes, we've talked about objectives, now let's talk about one of the other major elements of Rum and Bones, and that is the crew. First off, we've given you a crew activation card that's going to help you keep track and remember all the special things they do for your deckhands, your bosuns, and your deck gun. In addition to this new layout, we've also mechanically changed how they function just a little bit. Whereas in the previous version of Rum and Bones, crew would deploy, attack, and then move, we've sped them up a little bit, allowing them to move before they attack. In addition to this, if they attack and clear out a zone, they're actually going to push further into that zone, putting more pressure on your opponent, and making them a more valuable piece in taking down objectives. To round this off, we've also boosted the effects of bosuns slightly. Bosuns are now going to have 2 attacks instead of 1, and also by taking out key objectives on the enemy ship, will receive a permanent upgrade that is based on the faction, giving them a little bit more unique flavor. So now that we've discussed the crew, objectives, and heroes, let's wrap it all together by talking about the new revamped turn structure for Rum and Bones Second Tide. In the first season of Rum and Bones, it was a very traditional you go and then I go style of gameplay, where you would take your entire turn and then your opponent would take their entire turn. This led to a fair amount of downtime for some players, and we've changed this by making it a more dynamic, alternating activation method. What this means is that on my turn, I will choose to activate one of my heroes or my entire crew, and then my opponent will do the same, and we'll continue back and forth until everything is gone. This can lead to more dynamic gameplay where you're making strategies and your opponent is countering them instead of just having to react to an entire turn worth of hero activations and damage being done. Okay, so all these updates and visual changes, they sound pretty great, but how exactly does this incorporate with all the previous Rum and Bones stuff that I've purchased? Well, we've got you covered on that, because one item that we're releasing is our Season 1 upgrade kit. This upgrade pack is going to cover you for all previously released Rum and Bones items. All previously released heroes, you're going to get the updated hero cards with them, as well as their skill cards. We have updated objectives for all of the 4 previous factions, and updated tide decks for all those factions as well, now illustrated in beautiful full color. So we hope this video has answered some of your questions in regards to the transition from Season 1 to 2nd Tide. And if you want to see more examples, and actually some of these mechanics in action, check out our gameplay videos above. Well, this has been Michael Shinall, and thank you for watching.